but you will see the nativity. The nativity facade, you will see is darker than that one. It's the same stone, limestone, but darker white, simply because it's dirty. The nativity facade that we will see in a minute from the distance is the first one. It's the oldest part of Sagrada Familia. Is the only facade that was erected, built, Antoni Gaudí, the architect, alive. I mean, lifetime, and that means before 1926. That's the year that Gaudí passed away. He was run over. He was hit, okay, by a Chengwei. Well, it was an accident. Oh, he didn't see a Chengwei. Yes, coming, and he was hit, and he died 3 days later, at the age of 74. And he was 74 when he died. So that happened in 1926. That's why I was saying that the Sagrada Familia is planned to be finished by 2026, because that year will be the first centennial since the architect's death. It's going to be a homage to him, to his figure. And only 8 years to go, and still a lot to do. So but the experts, the people responsible of this, they say they are going to meet this, and they are going to achieve this aim. Look at again now, we are turning right, and look at again the Sagrada Familia. This is the site of the apse. Look at the towers, you can see very well that the cranes are so tall. These are the towers and towers. The biggest one over there is the one of Mary. Oh. And now again, we will see here the nativity facade. The nativity facade. Look at here. Oh, here. Oh. You see, we can distinguish the colors, one darker and the other. This is very practical because you can distinguish the oldest part from the newer ones. But this is, as I said, simply because it's dirty. And this facade, the nativity, is going to be cleaned this year, 2019. This facade, the nativity, you can see again, yes, a little bit more in here, in this intersection. Aquí despacito que vean lo último ya de la Sagrada. Look at on the right. Look at the tree between the two central towers. This tree is a cypress tree, and this tree, the cypress tree, is a tree of life. It's a tree that is considered a symbol of eternity, of eternal life. This facade, as I was saying, faces east, and east for Gaudí, for the architect, symbolizes life. It's a sunrise, okay? The sun rises every day through east, and for Gaudí symbolizes that life. And he wanted that facade to be an explosion of joy, because for him, sunrise is a celebration of life. It's the joy of living, and he wanted this facade an explosion of joy, depicting what? Depicted Jesus' nativity, childhood, and adolescence. And the scenes depicted on that facade are related to that. I mean, you have the nativity, you have the arrival of the three magi, the three wise men, the arrival of the shepherds, all the scenes about that. So an explosion of joy. Nativity facade is sunrise, the opposite one facing west, sunset, dramatic, the stations of the cross, the way to the Calvary. Well, the Sagrada Familia, the Holy Family Church, which construction started in 1882, planned to be finished by 2026. The most iconic building in Barcelona, the most popular sign of identity of the city. If you come to Barcelona and not seeing the Sagrada Familia, it's like going to Paris and don't see the Eiffel Tower. It's the same. It's the first icon in the city. And now we're taking you to a place, the Olympic Port, where we are going. You are going to enjoy a break. I'm going to show you a place, nice place. You will see the Port Olympic, where the sailing competitions, Olympic sailing competitions took place. There are cafeterias around, and also the beach. The beach can be seen from there. We're having two breaks, two stops on this tour. This is gonna be the first one in a little while, and then another in Montjuic, a small mountain, close to the sea, close to the sea, the port, the pier where you are going to take your ship, the Viking. Look at on the left is the auditorium of Barcelona.
¿Cómo? No, nada, estaba comentando que no vamos mal de tiempo, digo que incluso demasiado bien.
No, claro, hoy es el domingo y eso, y lo que influye mucho es lo de la carrera y eso, ¿sabes? Que la gente evita Barcelona. Pero mejor así, ¿no?
Sí, lo que pasa es que siempre o vamos pillados de tiempo, que no llegamos,
Sí, no, eso es
o
normal.
vamos sobrados, que tampoco mola, ¿no? Porque tampoco les gusta que llegues antes de tiempo, parece
No,
como que
por
nos has
eso.
quitado. De todas maneras, esto es como un transfer, ¿eh? Tampoco no creo que me iría bien, ni nos hayan pagado.
No, igual era...
Es para un poquito para matar tiempo, para el tiempo.
Yo quizás anoche me lo decía mi hija, dice, pero papá, ¿no crees que será para ganar tiempo?
Sí.
Porque los del hotel necesitan las habitaciones
Y aquí igual.
y el barco no puede recibir a la gente tan pronto.
Porque también se tiene que limpiar los camarotes.
Exactamente. Y se pone ahí para ganar esas 3 horas.
Sí, les ofrecen un obsequio.
Sí,
Sí.
Look at this. Now in a minute we are going to drive around the Olympic village. It's a neighborhood which name is Villa Olympica. Villa Olympica, Olympic Village, where the competitors, where the athletes were living during the Summer Olympics in 1992. It was before being the Olympic Village, the Villa Olympica neighborhood. It was an industrial area. So there were factories. This is not the Olympic Village, not yet, but in a minute. And it was an industrial area. There were factories all around. But most of the factories, and mainly textile factories, they had moved outside the city to industrial polygons, to the metropolitan area. So most of the factories here in this area were abandoned. Some of them almost demolished. So the authorities decided to clear out the whole area, to take all the remains from the old factories, etc., and build a new neighborhood to be the home of the artists. That happened in 1980s. So 15,000 artists, competitors were living in this neighborhood, which name is Villa Olympica, and it starts from here. And now to the left, to the right, all these are. This is the Villa Olympica. And these twin towers were also built for that occasion. The one on the left is a business block, but the one on the left is a hotel. The one on the right, a hotel. This one with the white metallic structure around, this is Ars Hotel. And you will see now in a while, just be on the right, a chimney. This chimney was left. This chimney used to belong to one of these factories, and it was left to remind us about the historical past of this neighborhood. It's just behind this building on the right, on the chimney. And you will see now in a minute, to the right, to the left, there is a wide boulevard, open air spaces, original sculptures, and a fountain. Just in front of us we have a fountain, the volunteers fountain. But now it has no water, it's off, as you can see. We have not much water here in Barcelona, it doesn't rain very much, so we have to save water. And now you will see we are going. We are taking this straight ahead, and we are going to go there to the end. You will see the sea. We are now driving towards the waterfront. I want to see you there. Point out the coast line. David and Goliath, that's the name of the sculpture here on the right. The hotel, its name is Arts Hotel. Next to the hotel, close to the hotel, is the casino. Barcelona's casino, for those who like gambling.
Aquí a ver a las 10. Sobre las 10 de aquí, ahora mismo por allá les enseñaré un poquito, les daré unos 5 minutos de tiempo libre.
Sí, yo voy a intentar quedarme aquí.
Sí,
a ver si...
averigua a ver qué pasa por ahí.
Sí,
¿vale? Yo miraré el chat nuestro de guías a ver si dicen algo.
Sí,
Okay.
yeah.
Now in a minute, okay, we can talk. I'm taking you to there to show you look at the 800 moorings are in here. Look at from here we can also see the Sagrada from the distance, very much. But look at the cranes, the towers.
Where's the chimney?
Yeah.
18 towers. Can you imagine when the Sagrada Familia will be finished? 18 towers. Please wait until the bus is totally, completely stopped. We are going to spend here some time, maybe. Where the Olympic sailing competitions took place. 800 moorings, you see all here around. And this area, below, you see underneath, there are lots of consecutive clubs, bars, cafeterias, restaurants that in the evening they are very busy. It's a lively area. Okay, so we continue with this panoramic scenic driving that will end at Terminal A. In about an hour or a bit more. Look at the chimney. Now we can see that very well. The chimney in front of us on the left. This chimney that was left on purpose to remind us the past of this neighborhood. That was industrial, used to be industrial, lots of factories, textile factories dating back, 1800s, 1900s. Those days in Catalonia, the textile industry was very, very important. Now it's dressmaking, design, some textile activities and industry are still taking place here in Barcelona, in Catalonia, but it's not as important as used to be. Nowadays, the industries in Catalonia in general, Barcelona in particular, is tourism. As you can imagine, tourism is very important. But not the only domain, not the only field. We have also car production. Car production is important in Barcelona. Close to the pier, there is the Nissan car factory. We have also the Seat, Fiat, that now belongs to the Volkswagen. Industry related to the car production, wheels, glass, also very important. Chemical industry, metalworking. Also, it's not tourism, but the only one, but very important. And tourism represents the 20% of the GDP of Catalonia. David and Goliath are the name of this sculpture on the left. David and Goliath, the giant and Goliath. And look at here on the left, there are modern buildings, especially one, we can see the back side, now in a minute we will see, of a biomedical research park. Here, just on the left. This is an example of 21st century architecture. It was erected just 10,000 years ago. Barcelona is a very interesting city for those who are passionate about architecture. Another example of 21st century architecture, the one just in front of us, this mirror facade with a butterfly, well, a symbol that is a butterfly on the top of this building. Butterfly, that is the logo of a gas natural company, gas company, very important, one of the largest gas company in Barcelona, and the logo is a butterfly. Okay, here on the right you can see these arches and all this. This is the backside of a train station. It's really the backside. You see the street that would lead you to see the front of this train station, because now the principal one is in another part of the city where the high-speed train departs. Well, the street that will lead us to see the front of this train station now is close to the traffic because of the race. As I said, the race started at 9, from 9 to 12, so some areas in the city are close to the traffic for this race. That's why we are taking now on this road, this ring. This is one of the rings surrounding Barcelona. It is a way because it's faster than going through the city, some streets. Sometimes not today because today is Sunday, and on Sunday usually the traffic is quite fluid. But in a working day, it is terrible. Heavy traffic, especially in the rush hours. As I said, to get around Barcelona by individual private car is not a good idea. It's much better. Well, as most of our cities, urban area, to use public transportation.
Aquí donde salimos,
¿A la plaza de Drasanas?
¿No es mejor la 22 para la plaza de Drasanas? Aquí salimos a Drasanas.
Sí, aquí salimos a
Vale, pues aquí a la 22, la de Drasanas.
Ahí está la rotonda, acabamos de estar.
Vale. Sí, ves mejor.
Aquí la otra salimos en el puerto.
Ah, en el puerto.
We have in Barcelona an excellent public transportation system. We have 2 lines of trams, a wide network of urban buses, 9 lines of subway, and 11,000 taxis.
Eso está abierto. Si está abierto, estamos la puerta a la rotonda de Barcelona, pero está abierto.
Look at here, podemos ver. Look at here on the right, you see, this is Christopher Columbus Memorial. You see there is a platform surrounded by lions, a platform, a column. Inside the column there is an elevator, a lift that takes you to Christopher Columbus feet. And from there you have a beautiful view over the sea and La Rambla. Christopher Columbus pointing out the sea, pointing out the Mediterranean.
Mira, el pabellón también está abierto. Vaya antiguo, ¿no?
Look at here on the right.
No entiendo.
Behind the trees, this is the only surviving fragment from the medieval wall of Barcelona. The medieval wall, as I already told you, was demolished in mid-1800s to expand the city. And just a few remains are left. And the most entire section is that one. Just behind those trees, we have sycamores in here, we have also palm trees, and trees very nice with flowers. You see, this is, we call in Spanish, palo borracho.
Oye, yo no entiendo nada, o sea, está todo normal.
La valla está, ¿sabes? Y aquí me ponen calles cortadas y eso, ¿no? Pero
yo flipo, de verdad.
De momento,
estamos aquí rompiéndonos el coco para hacer un tour sin tal, esto está todo normal. Bueno, yo flipo. Bueno, es igual, si hacemos el vuelo que hemos ordenado.
And now we are going to enjoy a panoramic driving around Montjuic. This hill that I pointed out from where we were just a few minutes ago A small mountain that is 173 meters above sea level. Small but very important, a strategical mountain. When doing the etymology of the word, the meaning of the word, Mount of the Jews. Why Mount of the Jews? Because the Jewish community, they had their cemetery here in this hill. I'm talking about the Middle Ages, okay, medieval times. It was very important, the Jewish community in Barcelona, for example, for you to have an idea. In the 1300s, the population in Barcelona was of 40,000 inhabitants. About 5,000-6,000 were Jews. So that means more than 10% of the population. So they had their cemetery here outside the city walls. And this cemetery was dismantled, okay? Nowadays, the remains and ruins of this cemetery are kept in the Archaeological Museum. Now in one of the slopes of the hill, there is a cemetery, a large cemetery, but that one is a Catholic cemetery that dates back 1800s, 19th century. It's an old cemetery with a monumental area. Look at from here, you see your ship, the Viking, over there. You said, hey, waiting for you.